Ghostland or An Incident in a Ghostland. It's got two titles to this movie. I call it Ghostland, but within the movie, there's a fictional book that's created by one of the characters, and that book, the title of the book is Incident in a Ghostland. Now, this is not a movie for everybody. If you're a little bit sensitive when it comes to horror and definitely sexual abuse and rape, this probably isn't a movie for you. If you can tolerate it and it doesn't really bother you and you can actually detach your mind from reality and from entertainment, this is created just for entertainment. It's purely fictional, it's acting, it's not based on a true story, so you've got nothing to be offended by. However, if you're squeamish and just can't handle that type of film, then probably don't watch this, avoid this, because the subject matter isn't for those types of sensitive people. Now, Ghostland. We've got two daughters and a mother who are moving into a brand new home. Well, not brand new, it's actually inherited by the mother. Her auntie has died, so they've got this old house that they're moving into. And as they're driving to their new home, a creepy looking candy truck overtakes them. I don't know what it is about the truck just yet, but something's creepy about it. Who sees a candy truck these days anyway? One of the daughters is obsessed with horror, so I like her obviously because I'm obsessed with horror as well. And she also has a thing for H.P. Lovecraft. She wants to be a writer in the future, a famous horror writer, aka author. And this has quite a bit to do with the film a little bit later on. Now, once they move into the home, unfortunately on their first night in their home, they're attacked by the very same people that are in that candy truck that overtook them not long ago on the road. And the occupants of that truck have a very creepy dude who looks kind of like an ogre. He looks like a combination of the guy from The Devil's Candy mixed in with the guy from The Goonies. Either way, he's super strong, super big, and he seems to be also partnered with a really creepy looking, skinny, tall, like 7 foot tall, gothic looking lady. And she creeps me the hell out. I don't know what it is about her. I think she kind of gives me the same vibe as Zelda from Pet Sematary. And growing up watching twisted horror movies, one thing that kind of affected me or creeped me out, there's only one thing, and that was freaking Zelda from Pet Sematary. I'm not even sure if I could bring myself to showing you a picture of it in this video. She kind of has that vibe about it, just with long dark hair, and I kind of got the suspicion that it was actually a man. The voice is kind of really deep, and the body type and also the height kind of reminded me of a man. But anyway, the family fights back, apart from the main character, Beth, who's in a state of shock and just can't really accept what's going on, I suppose. She's frozen. She's frozen in place, and the mother and her sister are definitely fighting for their lives and seem to be doing a pretty good job. They seem like they're surviving and might even come out victorious. It kind of cuts out there, and then Beth wakes up 16 years into the future or the present time, and she's had like a nightmare of the past. And in the present time, Beth actually is a successful author. 16 years later, she's a very successful author and has a lot of good books under her name. The best of which is Incident in a Ghostland, which we are led to believe is actually a book that's based mostly on her past and the incidents that happened in that house. So her husband comforts her. That night they're relaxing, having a glass of wine, and Beth receives a phone call from her sister, who seems like she's in hysterics, and she's saying something about her mother, something's wrong with her mother, and that she should come down straight away. And oddly enough, they actually still live in that same house where they were attacked at the start of the movie. So Beth decides to pack her things. She feels like something is wrong. She's got that internal bad feeling that something's wrong with her mother, and decides to go and visit and make sure everything is okay. And when she gets there, her mother is okay. She's at the house, and it turns out that the sister is actually quite crazy. She's gone crazy, probably because of the events from the start of the movie, which we didn't actually get to see all of them. All we saw was a sister was fighting with the long-haired, gothic-looking lady while the mother was dealing with the ogre dude. So the sister pretty much locks herself in the basement and just lives down there, every now and then going into fits of rage and just acting very bizarrely, kind of like she's possessed. But hey, she's just a bit crazy, and one would ask, why isn't she at a hospital and still living at home? But one would think that maybe her family wouldn't want to give her up and would prefer her just living. The mother, anyway, would decide she wants to just have her daughter, her baby girl, living at home with her. However, not all is what it seems. And as the movie progresses, we begin to question Beth's sanity. And it seems as though she is going down the same path as her sister, and they're both going to go crazy in that house. Or will they? What is going on? I cannot say until the spoilers at the end of this. But the rest of the movie is a psychological battle between Beth and her sister and us as the viewer to try and unravel what is actually going on, what is real, what isn't, and what is the actual reality. I didn't actually know until I did some research about this movie, but it's actually made by the same director who did Martyrs and The Tall Man. They were both really good films, especially Martyrs. Wow, that really gets a grip on you as a viewer, and it was just so brutally violent and realistic, disturbing at the same time. This isn't quite as disturbing. There's more of a sexual nature about the film, but like I said, it just depends what you personally are affected by and what you may be sensitive to. If sexual abuse and rape is something you're very sensitive about, whether it be something that's affected you as a person, or if it's just something you just don't agree with and don't want to see it, then probably best avoid watching this movie. If you can detach reality from entertainment, then by all means. If you like sick and twisted horror films, this is definitely one you should check out. It's actually not that bad, I don't think. If you've been desensitized and you've seen sort of everything that the entertainment world has to offer horror-wise, then you'll be fine watching this, and it's definitely an awesome conclusion at the end. I really enjoyed this. What I like is originality and twists and turns, and that's all definitely packed into Ghostland. You're gonna love it. So, overall, out of 13, I have to give this a 12. It was near perfect for me. I really couldn't floor it all that much, other than it being a little bit B-grade-ish. And they could have done a better job in terms of the villains and explaining what their motives are and getting a little bit deeper with what was occurring. So, if you're looking for a lot of answers, you're not going to get them in this movie, but it's definitely highly original. And in a way, it's great when a movie actually raises more questions regardless. There is a conclusion at the end of this. I just would have wanted more explanation and a bit more history on the villains that are in this movie. However, I can't really fault it all that much. It's probably good that it's mysterious as well. I'm just the type of person that likes closure in films, especially something like this. But it's creepy, it can be scary, it can be disturbing. It's original. There are twists and turns. You will definitely enjoy it if you're a horror fan. So go out and see it. It's a 12 out of 13. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like. If you want to see more horror reviews, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below, and I will definitely deliver. Your creepy uncle definitely wants to talk about horror a lot more, and that's what I'm going to do. Smell you later.